Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi folks, Blaine Parks with Dream Boating Enterprises, and I'm so glad you're spending a few minutes with me here today. It's springtime here in Florida, and that only means one thing here in Florida. That means that it's baseball season. It's spring training season down here in Florida. So the flowers are out, the players are out. It's really a beautiful time, and for those of you that are up north, my apologies. I understand that you're having a very terrible winter this year, and I've lived in places like that, so I understand. But I wanted to share a story with you today. I wanted to share a story that happened, let's go way, way back to when I was just 7 years old. And I think as I tell the story, you're going to understand why I'm telling you that story and what it means to you. So please stay with me. I promise you that it is relevant. But I was 7 years old, and my father was in the United States Navy. And when I was 7, we were stationed in Iceland. Talk about cold weather. I lived in Iceland for about 3 years. And when we were up there, you have to know that, first of all, you think it's a cold, dark, dingy place. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever get a chance to go to Iceland, gosh, I tell you, please do it. It's beautiful. I don't recommend December and January, but other months, it's really beautiful. And believe it or not, we played baseball. We played baseball in Iceland, but I was at the age of 7, where this story begins. I was a kid that had zero skills. I wanted to play baseball, but I had zero skills. I was a little thin, stringy, red-headed kid with, couldn't catch a ball, couldn't hit a ball, had very little hand-eye coordination, was not going to be pretty with me doing this. So how do you become a baseball player? Well, the answer for me came in the form of a neighbor, a gentleman that lived above us in Navy housing. His name was Don Sheehan. And Don took an interest in me. And for as many years as I can remember, probably went on through 2 different assignments. We were stationed in Iceland together, and we were also stationed in Hawaii together afterwards. And he took an interest in me, and every day when he got home, we'd go outside. He bought me my first baseball glove, bought me my first baseball, and said, come on, we're going to learn how to play this game. And he poured into me every single day, about 4 p.m. when he got off of work. He'd come knock on the door, hey, do you want to go play baseball? And he taught me to throw the ball in such a way that I wouldn't injure my arm. He taught me to catch the ball in a way that didn't injure me. He taught me to swing a bat and how to hit the ball. He taught me all the coordination that I needed to become a baseball player. Now, that sounds interesting. It's just a one man's story, but I'm telling you, this is important because as adults, we already understand the importance of mentors and coaches. Well, Don was my first mentor outside of my parents. The first person that took an interest in me outside of my parents. And he spent years pouring into me. And he taught me a lot more than baseball. I also can say that Don is the first one that ever swung a bat at my head. Now, I don't want to start pressing charges. I was trying to learn how to play catcher. And in order to do that, I had to have a bat swung in front of me while I'm trying to catch the ball. So it's a joke. He swung the bat and tried to not hit me, but to let me get used to the fact the bat was going to swing while I was trying to catch a baseball. And I ultimately went on to play pitcher, catcher, third base, and left field well enough that I was on an all-star team every year that I played. So from having no skills to having that type of skill, I don't take credit for that. I take credit for the practice. But I give Don the credit for that as my mentor and my coach in helping me get there. My father did as well, but my father worked funny hours, so he wasn't always available. So please don't think that my father wasn't a good father. He was. But Don was just available during the days of the daylight that I had available to learn. And you learn so much more than just baseball. I learned the grace of winning and the grace of losing. You see, it's not necessarily how you play the game. It's how you accept how you played the game. And what I mean by that is, if you played your best and you've lost, accept that, be graceful, and let the other guys know, hey, fantastic team, you played well today. And when you win, let the other people know that, hey, fantastic team, you played well today. It just went in our favor. And he taught me how to be graceful in that. He taught me how to be confident about my own skills, how to look my obstacles right in the eye and get past them, get around them. And, we had a few hot dogs together. Every time I'd win, we'd get a hot dog. Every time we'd lose, I'd get a hot dog. I love baseball. I love those types of things. And I'm sharing this with you today because you are probably a mentor to somebody. And you're probably a coach to somebody. And if you're not, I want to encourage you to do that, because I'm now pushing 50 years old, and Don is older than that. And these things still stay with me. Most of my success, I went on to play basketball and football and be one of the fastest speed skaters in the state of Hawaii. I ride unicycles, I water ski. There's so many things that I do that take balance and confidence and hand-eye coordination that I didn't have when I was 7 years old, and I probably wouldn't have had as well if I hadn't had somebody that said, hey, do you want to go play catch? So it's springtime here. It's going to be warming up wherever you are. And if there's somebody in your life that's looking to get out and play catch, take time with them. If you have somebody in your life as an adult that needs to be mentored and coached, take time for them. Don took time with me, and I, to this day, consider him one of my heroes. I'm not sure that he knows that. He's going to know it after this video. And people will remember you. And people will apply what you teach them if you take the time and stick with it. So today's message is just about mentoring. It's about coaching. And it's about some skinny little 7-year-old boy who was given the gift of baseball from a man that didn't have to give it. And he gave me so much more than that. Just like you can give so much more. You know, I mentor and coach people all the time in different ways, in business, in personal development, in dream chasing, because I believe whatever you want, it's out there to have. And I learned that from a man who used to play baseball with me. So wherever you are, Don, I hope you're doing well. I hope your family's doing well. He now has children of his own. He has grandkids of his own. So I can't imagine the gift that they get from knowing this person. He is a tremendous asset to the world. And I hope that I live up to all the things that he taught me way back in those days. So from the little 7-year-old boy who used to play baseball, I want to thank you for being here. I hope this message has been something that inspires you to coach others, to mentor others, or to find a coach or mentor of your own. Because whatever you want to be, you can be. And if you don't have the skills, somebody does. Just ask them to help you. Again, my name is Blaine Parks. I'm with Dream Building Enterprises. And remember, your dream life is possible. Play ball, people.